Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Dudeist Journey. I'm your host, the Reverend Phillip K. Although I think I'm going to be going by Reverend Phillip because the K just seems to confuse people. I did an interview with the Daily Flash, and it's K, which is the initial of my last name, so it's K period, but they put K-A-Y in the interview, so I'm like, fuck. So I still haven't edited the video. I was going to chop it up and post it on like the old TikTok channel and stuff, but I'm debating whether or not I want to spend the time to bring it in and do the effects and all that. Anyway, hello everyone. So welcome here to the show where I do sermons about Dudeism, other religions, philosophy, and science, and put them all together. I wanted to state off the bat that Dudeism is a philosophy, not so much a religion. That philosophy is to take it easy, which is to think with a cool, calm mind. Because when you take it easy, the dude abides. You could call Dudeism modern day Taoism or Daoism, which is the art of peace. Just as there is an art of war, so there is an art of peace. And what have you been doing, huh? Did you have a good take it easy stir? I didn't. It was like I stayed up the night before late trying to get the baskets and stuff ready, and got up late and just kind of, put the kids in their room and threw the fucking eggs around. It was like fucking tiring and just exhausted. What a great time, because the month of April is tough for me. The reason I started this whole podcast was I lost my little brother in 2020, and then I lost my wife in 22. So, grief and me have been friends, and my wife and I got married in April, and so April's a tough month for me. Yeah, so a little more drinking, you might say. Oh, yes, Daddy likes his liquor. Candy makes me dandy. So, I just hope you found some time to take it easy for yourself, to get some rest, hopefully. I know I've had days where I'm trying to do that because I'm trying to get caught up. I'm remodeling my bathroom, and I took out the floor tile with this hammer drill that I have, and I basically was doing squats for 2 hours, and I didn't stretch afterwards, so my legs were freaking killing me the next day. I was walking around like my legs were made out of Pinocchio's ass and just flopping around. It was freaking terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I can't even begin to tell you. So much pain, so much Aleve, so much Tylenol. It was it was not freaking fun. Needless to say, it's pushed back the production of my bathroom again. Because I'm doing it myself. Tried hiring contractors, didn't work out, so still moving forward. And because I use a lot of humor here on the podcast, some folks have kind of noticed. Well, the thing is that I'm a theater trained actor, former actor, I should say. I haven't acted in over a decade, and one thing I've been told to do my whole life is to do stand up, because I always crack jokes in class, and always looked up to comedians and things like that. And some people kind of ask, like, where did it get started? And I was like, well, actually, it was the 3rd grade. Okay, so I wanted to be an astronaut when I grew up, but when I told my dad, he was like, you might want to bring down those expectations, kid. I'm a truck driver and your mom bags groceries, okay? You're lucky if you get a job at fucking Walmart. So I go to class one day, 3rd grade, 8 years old, and the teacher gives us the assignment that we have to write what we want to be when we grow up. And I try to think of a job, because I can't do astronaut, right? Because that's not going to happen. I got to be more realistic here. So I thought of a job that I thought was pretty cool, and all the other kids, they stand up and they're like, oh, I want to be a doctor, lawyer, police officer, whatever, right? And I'm like, lame. I got the coolest job right here. You guys are going to be so jealous. So I stood up in front of the class and I said, when I grow up, I'm going to be an ice cream man. And if you don't know what that is, an ice cream man was the guy who drove a little truck around the neighborhood selling ice creams. So when I told people that, well, I never heard so much laughter before in my entire freaking life. I'm talking every kid in class laughed their asses off at me. They were falling out of their fucking chairs. Everybody was laughing. The teacher was crying. She was laughing so hard. And I just stood there like mortified, not know whether to laugh or cry. And they laughed at my ass for 5 minutes straight. I should know. I was watching the clock above the blackboard. They fucking laughed at my ass for 5 minutes straight. Unfucking godly. And then when all was said and done, the teacher said, "Oh, well, I guess Phillip, decided to make a joke of the assignment. I guess he wants to be a stand-up comedian when he grows up." Yeah, stand-up comedian, sure. And I sat my ass down. Fucking God, talk about one of the worst moments of my fucking life. Ugh. But I was just like, why did they laugh? All I did was tell the truth. So I started realizing, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to start telling the truth. And that's what I did. And people fucking laugh about it. I do it to this day. Most people don't laugh. Most of them get uncomfortable. But yeah, that's what that's me. So after this happened, a buddy of mine was like, hey, did you hear about, there's this thing they have at school called the Oral Language Festival. I know. It sounds like a porn star Olympics or something. But what it is that basically kids would recite monologues, right? So it was basically stand-up training for elementary kids. So kids would get up, and most would choose like a dramatic monologue or dramatic story. It's like, fuck this, man. We got to do some funny shit. So me and my buddy, we go to the bookstore, and I bought a joke book. But I bought like the dirtiest joke book you could fucking find. And I memorized all these jokes from this joke book, this dirty joke book. Once again, 8 years old. And Oral Language Festival happens, so there's a couple teachers and couple parents, and they're there to judge you. And I get up there and I'm like, oh, my name is, Phillip, and my speech is called, I think it was called Television or something. And at the time, there was a television commercial for Jolly Green Giant vegetables, right? The canned vegetables, the Jolly Green Giant, you know what I'm talking about? So they had a commercial where they were like, oh, the freshest vegetables from Jolly Green Giant. And there's this big, tall giant who's all green, and he says, ho, ho, ho. And, right, and that was the commercial. And then he had this son. He had a son called Little Sprout. And Little Sprout would be like, oh, Dad, the vegetables are ready, or like the vegetables are grown, and da-da-da, or whatever, right? So there's this whole commercial thing. So I get up in front of these teachers, and I go, hey, my monologue is about the television. And the first thing out of my mouth is, so what's up with the Jolly Green Giant? I think the reason he says ho, ho, ho is because someone is tickling his little sprout. The jaws that dropped open. There was the PE coach that was there. He laughed. No one else did. I stopped like, why aren't they laughing? This is a great fucking joke, right? And so they asked to read my speech. I showed it to them. They were like, oh, fuck no. Like, no. They called my mom. My mom found the joke book. I told her about, like, what? I just recited this joke book. Like, these are good jokes, right? She was like, oh, fucking Christ. And so she called the bookstore and fucking chewed him out about selling a dirty joke book to an 8-year-old kid. It was this whole fucking thing. It was fucking hilarious. So that's like, that there is a perfect metaphor for stand-up for me. So I am taking a stand-up class, which I know some comedians look down on, but it's just, like I said, I'm a theater actor. I need to rehearse. I need training. I need direction. I need someone to kind of help me out. Because I remember one of my favorite comedians is Ron White, and he talked about his early career, and he said what happened was he would go to the open mics, he'd do it, and what happened was his buddy Jeff Foxworthy came up to him and said, hey, say this here instead of here, and do this instead of that, and just gave him some guidance. And it really helped Ron's career. So that's what I'm looking for. So I got Dean Lewis teaching the class, so I'm asking Dean Lewis here, basically. So far, it's been going good. He hasn't really had a lot of notes for me. He likes what I'm doing. He said the stuff I'm doing is funny. The only problem is the way I dress. They got me on that. I don't know if I've talked about this, but they said I look like I came from a Unabomber look-alike contest, or that I look like a meth dealer who smokes meth as well. So I'm like, yeah, fucking shit, right? Like, god damn it. So I'm trying to think of like what to wear. So so what we do in class is kind of like we do an open mic. You get up there, you work on your 5 minutes, and they give you feedback. So I go up there and I did like 3 setups I'm working on. And I got like a little video and a photo and stuff. But the problem is like all I see is dad bod. Like I'm like, god damn it, Phil, you got to get rid of this gut. God, it's obvious here. That's all I'm seeing. It's right here. It's all I'm seeing. It's fucking Jesus Christ, man. Come on, So that's like the thing that hit me is like I got to get in shape. So I talked to my buddy who's in great shape and he tells me what to do and I fucking hate it. Like fucking oh god, fucking no sugar? Fuck you. God damn it. No sugar? God son of a bitch. And he's like, you also need to like cut out the alcohol like completely. I'm like, fuck you again. So like I've tried to figure, I want to do this. I got to go to the next level. So this is what I got to do. This is it. You want this type of health, you want this type of body. Well, you got to friggin', you got to work it. You got to eat the right shit and push out the wrong shit, which is tough because the wrong shit is everywhere. It's everywhere. It's all along the freeways and the roads. It's all along the checkout stands at the grocery store. It's everywhere. It's just fucking hell. I gotta tell you. I don't understand why the grocery stores don't have like fruits and vegetables and shit available. It's all candies and gum and chips and junk and shit. Convenient. But I'm sure those companies are also paying them for that. Get that little room there. Oh, man. See, I've been trying to sleep, get back on my regimen. It's been tough, man. Oh. But I do feel good about the stand-up thing, and I've been writing a lot, and I've been putting everything together, and I've got just... When I was, like, calculating it out, I've got, like, hours of fucking material I can work with, so I'm like, there's something I could do. But here's the next step. The next step is, okay, now you got to go to open mics. There's about damn near a dozen comedy clubs in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and they're all looking for comics, regular, steady comics. So if you can get out, make some people fucking laugh, you can get regular work. One of the comedians in my class, he's already opening for headliners, at the local club. So there's opportunity out there. The problem is a lot of these open mics, they're always on like Tuesday or Thursday or some shit. And that's, I don't have a sitter. I'm sorry. Monday and Wednesday, I can get a sitter. Saturday and Sunday, I can. So like if there's an open mic like late Sunday night, which they don't normally have shows, fuck yeah, I'll fucking go and do that shit. Because a lot of comedy shows I've noticed nowadays are typically Friday, Saturday. They're really pushing Friday, Saturday. So Sunday through friggin' Thursday basically is open and you can do what you want. Now, some clubs are not doing any kind of open mics like the Improvs. We have 2 Improvs out here in Dallas. We got one in Addison and one in Arlington. There was a Dallas Improv, but it went under. But there's 2 Improvs out here. So that means that there is a ton of possibility for opportunity. So my job, basically, if I'm going into stand-up comedy, is I've got to have anywhere from 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, okay, when you're an opener. That's what you're looking at. So you're going to be doing 5 minutes, you're going to be doing 10 minutes, you're going to be doing 15 or 20. It's one of those 5 sections because these comedy shows, they try to make them an hour and a half long. So let's say you've got an MC and an opener and the headliner. So the MC, he's going to come out and probably do 5 minutes. Then the opener is going to come out and do 20. Then the MC is going to come out and do another 5 minutes, then introduce the headliner, which is then going to do probably an hour show. Now, most of these comedy shows are about an hour and a half. So you have to balance that out. So if the headliner's like, I've got 45 minutes as opposed to an hour, that means that the opener and the MC can do more time. Look at me all talking lingo and shit. So, yeah, this is the world of stand-up. And the thing about stand-up comedy is that it's not the entertainment business. It's the liquor business, okay? Every stand-up comedy club is connected to a bar. There's a reason for that. The bar is where they make their money. So as a stand-up comedian, you got to be funny, but you also got to kind of encourage the drinks, right? So I've been trying to write drinks into my act to kind of help push there on the bar to help with sales. Because, hey, if you're a funny comedian and you can push some liquor sales, oh yeah, you're probably going to get more work. So I'm starting on this whole thing, and that's the thing that's scary. Is like, okay, now you got to start doing the open mics, and now you got to start working on all the different material you'll have. Because right now it's like, hey, I'm in this workshop, so I'm just focused on this 6-minute setup. Now the setup is typically 5, but they're doing 6 because of how many's in the class, which we had 9 students. We had 9 comedians in the class. Now we have like 4 because they've dropped out for a reason or another. So it's like, shit. So the guy running the workshop, the comedian Dean Lewis, he said, well, I've got people I can call in. He said, this is the other big thing about stand-up you need to know. Most of the time, it's just being able to show up. So many comedians drop out all the time, or some just don't even fucking show. And so if you can be the guy that they can rely on, that right there gets you more work above the rest. So it's a lot. I've been taking it a lot. I honestly want to write a novel about the whole thing, just my perspective going into this from everything I've been through and what I'm doing. It is scary, though. I do have to admit, I kind of like got to take a Xanax before I go on stage because I get nervous. Which I always got nervous before every stage performance. But the thing is that once you start doing your lines and everything and get in the role, you're fine. You know, I would get the flow. And I would get far more comfortable on stage. But it's just, it's been a long time. I mean, damn near almost 15 years since I've performed in front of a live audience. So it's like, you know, I became a dad, you know. It's like my priorities changed. Instead of being the actor on stage, I'm the actor in front of my kids, entertaining them and doing stuff with them and everything. It's been a trip, and I'll definitely talk about it more here because, you know, I'm basically a comedian preacher, so to speak. And when I'm up there, I am preaching Dudeism. I tell them about Dudeism, and I tell them about the podcast, and trying to share, you know, spread the word with laughter, and mostly jokes about drugs. Okay, so in this sermon today, I went over like 15 teachings from the Abide Guide here, Living Like a Lebowski. There are actually more, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest here today and talk about the other teachings of Dudeism. Once again, some of these are straight quotes from the movie and things like that kind of try to make a bigger point. Some of these are a little bit more entailed than others, but at the same time, some very viable, interesting, useful information here in the teachings of Dudeism. Some people are shocked, like the people I'm doing the workshop with, they're shocked that I am a reverend. They're shocked that Dudeism is an actual religion recognized by the IRS. Like they're just like, what the fuck? So, like I've considered showing them the legal documents from the IRS and the state saying, yes, Dudeism is in fact a religion and I have tax exempt status. So if you need a write-off, we do accept donations. Oh, that's what Daddy needed. All right, so let me go ahead, open up, and we can dive into these together. Let me see if I remember. Did I mark the page? Yeah, one of these days I got to get me an assistant or something because I'm just like, where is it at? Okay, here we go. There we are. So, did we do lessons 1 through 14 or 1 through 15? I think it was 1 through 15. Maybe it was 14. Well, let's go over 15 just in case because it's real quick. And so the 15th lesson in Dudeism from the Abide Guide that you'll find on page 45, it says no funny stuff. Now, what this means is that don't try to scam someone, man. Don't be a jerk. Don't be an asshole. Don't be a freaking used car salesman, okay? It's not cool, all right? We all work hard for our stuff. We all work, for our money. So just don't be scamming people, man. Be honest. Be honest who you are, okay? All right? It's not much to ask for. It really freaking isn't, all right? And it's a very, very simple teaching because you'll find this even in other holy books about being honest in business and don't be a false accountant and things like that. So this right here is a very, very common lesson. And I think it's something that everyone needs to take to heart because who likes scammers? All right, you like getting spam calls? No, nobody does. Spam calls have ruined talking on the phone. Literally. Like, I used to get excited when I got a phone call. Like, ooh, who could it be? A friend's calling me up or something, or, da-da-da. But no, it's always a fucking spammer or some shit trying to fucking sell me some goddamn garbage or, your car's extended warranty bullshit. I fucking hate it. So please, do not contribute to the scam community, okay? Don't be all Miss Cleo with your psychic network and shit, okay? Please. No funny stuff. Be honest. People will thank you for it. Now, the 16th lesson in Dudeism is who gets to keep the bakshish, or it's all about like the money, right? Okay, who gets to keep the cash? But in the long view of everything, what they try to say about this is like, while you have your own, investments and things and your own money and all that kind of stuff, you can't take it with you. It's all kind of part of the whole darn human comedy there. No matter how much you have invested in this life, it's temporary, man. So who does get to keep the money at the end of the day, right? Can't take it with you. So why are we stressing so much? Why are we worried so much? Why are we freaking so much? It can really, really ruin the life of a normal person, man. It's not fun. So just keep that in mind when you're out there in the world, all right? 17th teaching is a very simple one, which I think is kind of funny. Is what would the dude do? Just as we've seen the old "What would Jesus do" stickers and things like that. What would the dude do, right? Now, look, man, we all know the dude freaks out a little bit. He loses his grip, right? Because he's no saint. Just like you and me, we're no saint. We're not superhuman, right? But don't let the freak out last long. All right, because you have to learn how to approach dealing with difficulty. Okay, you got to learn how to come into things with a calm mind. That's why we do the take it easy. All right, you got to breathe. Take a minute. All right, okay, because this world can be crazy. It's rapidly changing. Slings and arrows and such coming at you. Right, but yeah, you just have to kind of remember here that it's. Life goes on, man. Fuck it, right? It's like, shit happens. I'm going to keep moving forward, man. I'm going to find me a brighter day, all right? Because that's what the dude would do. Try to remember to just not let that heavy shit fall too hard, man. Let that slide off. You got shit to do, all right? You know what I mean? Which brings us into the 18th teaching of Dudeism, which is you can't be worried about that shit. Life goes on, man. That's what I'm talking about here. You take it easy where others might not. You have this power here, man. You have the power to take it easy and to reapproach things and appreciate the beauty of simplicity here. I mean, yeah, you're going to be thrown into crazy situations, but that doesn't mean you have to go crazy with it. You got to come in there with the right kind of mindset. Sometimes there's crazy stuff going on. You got to come in there and you be the leader and get directed and get everything going, man. But don't let the hiccups and the speed bumps kill you, man. Because I get speed bumps all the time, you know. I mean, Christ, can't sell a freaking book to save my life. Yeah, which goes down into the next teaching here, the 19th teaching in the Abide Guide, which is that's just the stress talking, man. And it's truth. It's like it's sometimes in stressful situations you say the wrong things, but you like we've said, just like in 18, you gotta take a step back, man. You gotta think about this here, because even though the stakes can be raised, right, at any time, you also have to come in there with a calm mind so you can achieve what it is the best possible outcome that you want. Because if you come in there all freaking out, it's not quite going to work. Now, we've all got our weaknesses, right? And for some of us, it's very tough to be easygoing, go with the flow when people are bringing very, very harsh things right there into you. But you have to understand that what you're trying to do is make sure that the stress doesn't talk for you. Okay, don't talk from a place of anger or things like that. Words are powerful, man. I got to do a whole fucking sermon on words because people have forgotten the power of their words. You got to know this, man. It makes a big difference in someone's life. So I want you to do the same there, right? Just keep that stuff there in check. And in teaching 20, we will learn that this affects all of us, dude. This is the other thing where words have power and everything else. You do something, man, it fucking ripples like a rock in a pond, man. Okay? It really does. All right? We have done scientific experiments where we had plants, regular fucking house plants. They took one house plant and they said positive words to it. They went to the other house plant, they said negative words to it, and the negative and the plant with the negative words fucking died. Okay? You gotta understand this, that your mood, bad or good, is very contagious. Okay? The way we act around others influences them and spreads out throughout society like ripples in a pond, man. You have more effect on your community than you fucking realize, okay? Because there's some people, man, they just fucking piss off and scream and make fucking things like Walter in the fucking cafe in the movie, right? He's over there talking all this shit in the coffee house and making everyone feel bad to the point the dude just had to fucking leave because it was crazy. He's like, this negative vibe and shit, like, what the hell, man? Bringing everything about fucking Vietnam and everything else. I mean, people can turn into villains very quickly. They don't realize that. So definitely think about how your mood is. Like, you ever walk into a room and there's a person that's angry and they're angry? You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to say anything. But you can feel it, right? Feel the tension in the room that can be cut with a knife. That type of shit. That's what we're talking about, man. You have an effect. If you're negative, you go out the world, you're negative to other people, and those people are going to be negative, and blah, 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 blah. It's just keep moving. Total ripple effect, dude. Total ripple effect. Which is why we go down into lesson 21, which is Shomer Shabbos, right? And so, that's the it's like a Sabbath. Is that the Sabbath? No, it's, but basically it's a day of rest, right? And Walter talks about this as a Jewish person. He does this rest thing. Now, what is that? It's, it's just like how we have like Take It Easy Stir and other days. It's like once a day, if not more, of the week. You set aside time to just kind of say fuck it and just chill, man. All right? You can meditate on the rug, hang out in the bath with some whale sounds, enjoy the occasional acid flashback, whatever it is, man. But it's at your own peril that we fail to recognize our need to just kind of do nothing sometimes. We're in a world where it's like go, 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 and now. Take a moment, man. Enjoy those moments when you can tell stress to shut the fuck up and enjoy yourself a little bit, man. The universe seems to reward people when they tend to cool down. You know what I mean? when they tend to think and put themselves in the right mindset there. I've seen this with people, and it's been kind of crazy. Like, the people I've seen that have been more positive had better lives. The people I see that are more negative have shittier lives. It matters, man. It fucking matters. And that brings us down into lesson 22, which is don't drag this negative energy into the tournament. Okay. So, so the dude gets threatened. He has all kinds of crazy stuff out there, you know. People threatening to cut off his Johnson and all that kind of stuff. But it's very, very difficult. And he's stressing out. And he goes to tell his friends and like, hey, man, don't bring this negative energy into the tournament, right? Which Walter is one of those people that he can always call out other people's negativity, but not his own. He's one of those fuckers, right? He can point out your problem, but doesn't internalize it. Doesn't look at himself. But, you know, you have those moments where you're just like, you know, you have those vulnerable moments. And it does happen where the negative energy kind of flies off, right? It's going to happen because, you know, we all kind of, but the thing is that you don't want to drag it around with you everywhere you go all of the freaking time, okay? In the dark moments of the soul, we can be at our worst, and we can go from being a hero into a villain very quickly. And this is something that I know myself that I've dealt with, you know, with my anger and my stress and everything that I've been going through, you know. Because you got little kids, man, they going to ask you the same question 1,000 times. You tell them to go to bed, they going to fight and argue the whole fucking time. They're going to fight and argue with the food. I mean, it is just like trying to break in a goddamn horse that keeps kicking you in the fucking head. It is like, goddamn, yeah. So you have those moments where you just like, you're tired of, I get these moments where I'm tired of repeating myself, and I'll just fucking snap. I'm like, no, we're doing this. Knock it the fuck off. Quit fucking asking me what the shit. And that kind of stuff happens. And so you have to, I got to check myself, man. Like I said, yeah, I got weaknesses too. This is the Dudeist journey, all right? I'm on a journey. I'm figuring this shit out. I am not an expert by any means. I'm working through this here, dudes, with y'all. And that's what we doing. We working through it, okay? Okay. All right. But that is one of the things that is definite there with me is trying not to drag my stress, my pain, and all my shit and put it out on other people, my kids, family, friends, whoever I encounter in the world. Because it can happen, man. You know, sometimes you snap at someone and you go off on them when the fact is like, hey, look, all this pain and stress and shit, it wasn't meant for you. Sorry, this was not meant for you. It's something else that I'm dealing with. And you turn into like a Jekyll and Hyde fucking real quick. It's tough, man. It's tough. Now, this leads us down into lesson 23 here from the Abide Guide, which is sometimes you eat the bar and sometimes the bar eats you. And it is kind of true that it's like sometimes you're on top of the world, sometimes the world is on top of you. And it may be true that Western religion and philosophy have created more anxiety on the whole earth than their Eastern counterparts. But the impulse toward moral indolence and meditative pacifism has been at least as highly revered and developed by European scholars as it has by Asian ones. If there's anything that the Eastern side of civilization has done better, it's to organize those impulses effectively into a common system of technique and to officially sanction them as an answer for everything. And, you know, we try to adapt these things here, but like I said, we're in the West, we're very capitalist, we're very go and motivated, so trying to actually take the time to relax or even meditate, it's not really encouraged. I mean, there are some cultures where it's like you got to take out time every fucking hour to pray. So think about that there for a minute, okay? Cut some time out to help center yourself. Rest when you need to rest. So that way you can be a better person and you're not allowing the world to be on top of you. Another thing Another lesson here from the Abai Guide, lesson 24, is dig styles, which is to basically say to kind of accept people for who they are. We all got different styles, different parts of the world, different cultures. We all came from different modern civilizations. So it's okay that you should understand this. And it says here in the book, and this is on page 53, there's a principle in many religions, whether it be Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, or even North paganism, that one should always dig the style of strangers, lest they be gods in disguise, dropping in unannounced to test our moral resolve, which is true. There's a lot of stories like this. It's silly and somewhat self-serving notion, of course, but it probably had a profound effect on human relations and about being kinder to strangers. And this is a big thing about basically having just straight manners, man, just regular freaking manners and kindness to people that are different than you. Don't sit there and be a jerk off and be yelling or mocking or making fun of them or laughing at them. Get to understand those people, man. The man of our time and place is the one who can give anyone the time of day, no matter how rough a time they may be personally having themselves. I believe that that's very, very important. It's on page 54 if you want to take a look. It is very important there on that. Because you don't even know. This person could be more like you than you think. They're just dressed differently. I know I've been judged a lot for my appearance, so I'm very much about, hey, let us treat strangers with kindness and accommodation. Not because they're gods who will punish us if we don't, but we should be more like the dude to them. Because these people will probably reflect something about ourselves that we didn't see before. So kindness, always be kind, because it's reflected out there and it comes back there onto you, down through the generations, across the sands of time, man. It's true, man. It's true. Now, in the 25th lesson here from the Abai Guide, it states, this is a complicated case, a lot of ins and outs, a lot of what have yous, a lot of strands in the old duder's head, okay? So basically it's trying to say that, life is complicated, which it can very well be. And it takes a big man to admit when he's wrong. It takes a far bigger man to admit that he doesn't have any fucking clue in the first place. Of all the claims leveled against religion, surely the worst is its outright blatant and unapologetic arrogance. I mean, to claim to know how the world came into existence could easily be diagnosed as acute megalomania if it weren't such a universal malady. Human beings, it's true, human beings would rather give the wrong answer to an impossible question than to just simply say, I don't know. And we don't know, dude. We don't know. We don't know how we fucking got here on this planet. We don't know about all this shit. We don't fucking know. We don't fucking know. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay not to know. Go out there and use the latest in scientific equipment and advancement to know. It's really the only way. I mean, what's wrong with the world? What's right with it? What really matters? The dude makes no such elaborate or outrageous claims to the sort of philosophical high ground. I mean, you have to understand, it's okay to say that. And the dude does it, he says, well, we don't know. Happily admits the ignorance outright. And some people might consider that, I don't know, a bad thing, I suppose. But to me, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing because it makes us more inquisitive. And it makes us want to know the mystery more. You know what I mean? To me, it really sparks up the creativity of the mind. And it's a bit more fun than just like, oh, it's this and that's it. What was it? So here in the Abai Guide, it does a quote from Douglas Adams, who did the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And he wrote here that capital letters were always the best way of dealing with things you didn't have a good answer to. So yeah, like I said, you can scream it all freaking day long, but it just kind of proves to me, and it proves to so many others, that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Or that, you know your story's bullshit, so you got to say it loud because, hell, fuck, not even you believe it. That happens there as well, man. Oh, Lord. It is the absolute friggin' truth there, man. And you know what, dudes? I'm going to go ahead and stop it there because, like I said, there's easily 10 to 13 more lessons here. So that's 10 lessons that we went over here, man, from 15 to 25. And I think that, hopefully can give you a little bit of inspiration in your life. Maybe one of those things resonated with you. One of those lessons can kind of keep with you. I'm not saying it's all going to, but there's a few things there. I think there's a few things there that could definitely help. So of those lessons that I've talked about, why don't we go ahead and take 5 minutes on the clock. Take 5 minutes to rest, relax, meditate, pray, whatever you want to do. And think about those lessons and how we can apply them in our life, man. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll start that 5 minutes right now. right, and we're back. Well, I hope some of the lessons here from the old Abai guy might help you. And if you're interested, definitely go and pick up a copy. You can go to dudism.com, get a copy there for yourself. There's also a book bundle that comes with a couple of other books that help you understand about Dudism, the faith, the religion, why we believe and do what we do. And yeah, we use humor. Dudism, we use humor in order to help get our message across, because the world's crazy out there. So why not have a laugh? Well, I hope you all had a good time listening to today's sermon, and I'll keep you all posted and updated on things. But I just want you to know that when you go out into this crazy world, try to take it easy. Because when you take it easy, the dude abides. Thanks a lot for listening. Hope to see you next time.
From author Reverend Phillip comes your next must-read book, Nicholas of Myra, a novel available on Amazon. In Nicholas of Myra, a novel, immerse yourself in the life of the man we all know as Santa Claus. From the loss of his parents to being raised on a farm by his uncle, Nicholas's early life was marked by challenges. His journey led him to the Christian temple in Myra, where he became bishop in a time when Christianity was forbidden in the Roman Empire. Experience Nicholas's profound strength as he faces arrest, persecution, and the unimaginable loss of his loved ones. Despite being tortured and imprisoned, his unshakable faith and his message of love, compassion, and generosity shine as a beacon through the darkness. Nicholas of Myra, a novel, is a journey through history, revealing the roots of Christmas and its traditions. It's a story of faith that endures against all odds. Available in Kindle, paperback, and Kindle Unlimited. Nicholas of Myra, a novel from author Reverend Phillip. Order your copy right now and discover the story of a lifetime.